Hello everyone, I'm here with the psychic prediction for July. So I apologize that I am 3 days late. It is July 3rd and the month has already started. So let's go ahead and get into this psychic prediction for the month. I'm going to start with just some of the energies and what we're going to be experiencing on a personal level first, and then after that I will go ahead and get into the politics and the economic outlook and things of more detailed interest, I guess you could say. So this month in particular, July, seems to be a very positive month overall. The first thing that I saw when I was tuning into it was an image of a sun with a face in it. I don't know if you know the 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 picture on the Raisin brand cereal, but it kind of looked like that actually, and so it looked like there's a lot of healthy sunshine, and it looks like a very positive experience overall. I was also getting that this is a great month to let your strength show and to celebrate your strength, not just your own, but other people's as well, and just be more focused on the positive. And that seems to be where this month is aligned and what this month is good for. Also, this month is a month of making things happen, and I've already been experiencing that myself, but I think as the month goes on, we'll experience more and more of that. So, a lot of the things that you may have dreamed about doing or thought about doing for a long time, this is a month where those things start to really happen. And so, this is a great month for making plans to get things done. And a lot of the stagnation is breaking, and so this can be good and bad depending on how you look at it, because sometimes people are invested in a certain situation that doesn't really turn out too well from that perspective. However, moving forward on more of an energetic perspective, it's more positive because stuck energy just keeps you trapped and prevents you from experiencing spiritual growth. So while there may be some breakdowns on the physical, on a more spiritual level, there's going to be more growth, and I see this being. And I know a lot of the times when I say that there's going to be positive energy coming in on a spiritual level, sometimes on more of the 3D level, there's a lot of hardship, but I do see this month as being a pretty positive month on the spiritual level as well as the 3D level. Not to say that there aren't going to be hardships, especially economically, politically, and I'll get to that later. Um, I do get the sense that this month there's this energy from the sun in particular that seems to be affecting the planet. And if you've watched my videos before, I talk about how there's energies that come to the planet and they can be coming from outer space or whatever, wherever they're coming from. These energies are affecting Earth. And so there's something about the sun in particular this month that just seems to be really changing the energy dynamic, as if there's like an energetic update to the sun's frequency that seems to be affecting Earth. Um, I don't know exactly what that's all about, but it seems to be uh, increasing the frequency of the Earth and all the humans on the Earth, as well as all the life on Earth, and no one is exempt from this. So don't think that some people are not going to experience this, because everyone's going to be going through this together. um, so yeah, I look forward to this month. It seems like a very positive month. The other thing that was coming to me just naturally when I was tuning into it just to see what would come up was that something about orchestrating plans and it's really good to orchestrate your plans. And the word orchestrate in particular came up because it reminds me of an orchestra and the way that you would, you know, have all the instruments play together as one giant orchestra. And so this is about taking all these different things that you may have wanted to do that have been bottled up that you haven't done, and planning it all out and making it all fit. And this just seems like a great month to make that happen. It looks like energetically the energy of this month supports that type of change, activity, movement, whatever you want to call it. So moving on to the politics. When I tuned into the earth, and I was just like, okay, so what's going to be happening as far as like world events? The thing that I saw was just like a jail cell, like just bars over the earth. That was the first thing that I saw. And then I got the sense that Joe Biden is going to be unhappy, and there's going to be economic problems that come back to bite him that he may have been kind of avoiding and getting away with for a certain amount of time, but it seems like now it's kind of coming back to bite him finally. Um, so I was also tuning into what's going on with him, and I was getting that he has this plan that he wants to put into place. And I know that I was saying that plans are good to put in place for this month. In general, that is true, but this is like an old, outdated plan, and this has more to do with the stagnation breaking. So this may have been a plan that was made a long time ago that wasn't really, you know, that isn't really relevant to right now. And so because of that, the old plans are falling apart and it's making way for new plans. However, in this situation, this was an old plan regarding Joe Biden. And when I was tuning into this, I get the sense that it's been put off over and over and over every month for a long time now, and it's just not working out. And this has something to do with international politics. I got specifically something about wanting to work with Saudi Arabia that's involved in this, and he also wants to have, I guess you could call it, dominance over the eastern oceans of the planet, as well as, and this, what came to me was he wants control over Yugoslavia and Europe and the East, just that basically everything. But specifically, Yugoslavia came up, and I was like, where's Yugoslavia? So I looked it up on a map, and I found out that it doesn't actually exist anymore, and that basically it's the area of Croatia and Serbia, which is a little bit to the southwest of Ukraine. Everybody knows where Ukraine is now. So it's just a little south and west of Ukraine, with like maybe one or two bordering countries between. So that's what I was getting. He wants to control that area, but it's not working out. And this seems to be somewhat of a long-term plan that's just not working. So this involves economic trade as well as what I was getting. Another thing that I saw was a picture of the American eagle, and that just going out and kind of conquering land, and that symbolizing part of his plan as well. So I get the sense that Joe Biden will be dealing with issues at home, so to speak, in other words, in the United States, and that's going to be more so looming over his head than anything else for July 2022. I got the sense that there could be some sort of military strike halfway through the month that makes Joe Biden look bad. I don't get the sense that this is going to be necessarily in the United States or in Ukraine, but just somewhere, I'm not sure where, maybe somewhere around in Europe. Um, but regardless, I get the sense that Biden feels trapped economically, um, because of that, but also because of everything else and just everything kind of cornering him, basically. So he's feeling trapped this month, and I get the sense that he's losing relevancy internationally as a political figure and leader. So I also got the sense that there could be this potential terrorist attack in Europe or Asia. Um, and that has to do with this military strike of some sort. I was seeing airplanes, like fighter jets, something of that nature could happen this month. Keep in mind that a lot of the way that I read is more symbolic than literal. So just because I see something like that doesn't necessarily mean it's literally going to happen. It could be more symbolic in nature. So the stock market, I got the sense that for July 2022, it doesn't look good. It looks pretty bad. Got the sense that it's not positive. Last month I said that it was going to be a bad month for the stock market, and it dropped pretty hard. I don't see this month being worse necessarily, but or not much worse, but I do see it showing signs of improvement towards the end of the month. So overall, considering where it started, I don't see it being a bad month. I don't see it going down a bunch, but I don't see it going up a bunch either. So, still a little disappointing from where we were a couple months ago or so. Um, Keep in mind that there could be some slight improvement, like very slow, steady increase kind of towards the end of the month. But keep in mind that this is a fake out is the way that I was getting, and that next month, whatever recovery or hope of recovery outlook that there may be, I don't see that going forward, working out in a positive way. So people may be expecting it to bounce back, and I don't see that happening next month, at least not next month. Serious economic troubles in South America is what I was getting, and this could lead to more political troubles. I kind of saw it actually as more political, civilian troubles. You could call that economic troubles, I suppose. Just people out on the streets, you know, short on resources and things of that nature. So I'm seeing that for South America, in particular for July 2022. Bitcoin for July, I've been saying for a while now. I've made a bunch of Bitcoin predictions that have been, pretty accurate for the most part. Everything's basically still going according to plan. You can check that out. I will post a link below this video to my Bitcoin prediction videos to go more into depth if you would like to see that. But just to summarize for this month, I'm seeing the middle of the month it going down from where it is now, and then it going back up again towards the end of the month, and it just like a quick little spike up towards the end of the month, but then it kind of coming back down again. So if you're trying to sell it, that could be a good time to sell when it starts to peak up really good before it comes back down again. Of course, this is, not investment advice, so do what makes sense to you. Don't just listen to me. The economy for July seems to be about the same. I'm sorry, in the United States, that is, the economy seems to be about the same. I don't really see anything significant happening for this month, but the overall outlook long term is bleak. Um, Although this month seems like kind of like a nothing burger, so to speak, of a month as far as the economy goes. I do get the sense that energetically, and I believe that things happen energetically before they kind of manifest in the 3D, although it can happen simultaneously as well. But regardless, what I'm seeing energetically is new energies are coming in, and this is causing the old system to crash. The old ways of being no longer are relevant, and so there could be some problems regarding that. However, and as much as, there's a lot of ideas about things crashing, like conspiracy theory mindset, and I don't mean conspiracy theories saying that conspiracies are false. I mean conspiracy theories as in just the mindset that there are people conspiring against other people. But a lot of people say things are being broken apart in order to build something back that is going to be even more sinister. And yes, I do see that there are people doing that, and that is their goal. But ultimately, with the energy that I'm seeing coming in, I do see the old system crashing and this new positive energy that is actually coming in and activating our higher potentials and elevating Earth to a higher frequency and allowing positive change rather than worse things happening. Of course, there will be a battle of power involved, as there always is with all change. But I do see a very positive energy coming in as being the catalyst that is destructive to some of the more old, corrupt sorts of ways. Maybe not corrupt, maybe outdated is a better word. So, what is this month good for? This month is good for taking risk and gambling. I saw this as an image of somebody throwing some die on a table and gambling. I also get the sense that this month is good for taking charge. This is actually a really good month for, vibing with the energy of the fatherly masculine energy. And again, that kind of has to do with taking charge and maybe orchestrating things, as I was saying earlier. But also, this month is really good for healing and forgiveness and moving on from the past. So, what is this month bad for? This month is bad for staying in the shadows. I saw this as an image of a bat that's hiding in the shadows. And the reason why this is a bad month for that is because you will be exposed. So, being in resistance towards being seen is not going to work this month, so you might as well just get it over with. That's what I'm getting at least. So, also trying to speak over others in the sense that you're trying to speak louder than someone else so that someone else is not being heard. That is also bad for this month because both sides will be heard. Now there's someone else that I heard who was talking about this month being related to justice, and I think in some sense that's true, and this kind of relates to that in the sense that both sides will be heard, and you can't really just speak over other people and drown them out because that's not really going to work this month. and like I said, staying in the shadows, and you will be exposed. You know, things are coming to light. In other words, you can't really hide your negatives, because they're going to be exposed and cleansed by this solar energy of warmth and forgiveness. Another thing that is bad for this month is clinging to the past. Again, this month is about moving on, and the stagnation being replaced with new goals and a new self. In fact, you may even feel slightly like a new person lately. On some level, I have even a little bit last month, but I think this month in particular, July and heading further into it, people are really going to find a new version of themselves, where you're really updating yourself and where you stand with people. So there's a lot of moving on from the past and forgiving involved in this month. So ultimately, I would say this month is about finding your new footing in life and positioning yourself to where you truly want to be. And it's important to really get out there to make it happen. So my advice for this month would be focus on what you want for yourself. Don't get caught up in expectations from other people or yourself, or putting other people before yourself. Allow yourself to serve yourself. And I know a lot of people will say that's self-service and selfish. In fact, I just heard someone say that that people should be, service-oriented, etc., and how that's really important right now. But I'm not saying you shouldn't serve other people, but you should do it from a place of serving yourself first and really being authentic, because I think you can't really be truly authentic if you're not serving yourself first, even if you're serving other people in the process. So that is my prediction for July 2022. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can always give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will post that Bitcoin video below here, as well as other information if you would like to contact me or set up a private reading, etc., etc. Links will be below this video. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.